Hi everyone. I've been journaling for about 3 years now. I started out writing thoughts and feelings, and over the years my journaling has gotten a lot more elaborate, including colors, drawings, and different types of prompts. This progression inspired today's video where I'll be going into my current journaling style and sharing how I get my thoughts onto paper. Before we get started, I want to share one of the things that has helped me stay consistent with journaling, and that's finding the right journal. For me, that's the B5 notebook from Leuchtturm. I love the quality of paper, all the colors they offer, and all the different sizes that they have in notebook. I'll leave a link in the description so you can check them out yourself. Now let's get into some of the strategies that have helped me make the most of my journaling practice. The first one is something I'm calling thoughtful titles. And basically, before I start each entry, I come up with a title that reflects a general theme for the entry. Sometimes these titles are super specific and sometimes they're not, but what I enjoy about crafting a title before starting my journaling is that it almost serves as a prompt. So kind of like a prompt for me to kind of capture my vibe for that journaling period, capture what might be on my mind the first thing going into it. For this entry, I think my title is going to be Doing and Not Thinking. And this is because lately I've been feeling like I've just been going with the flow or like doing things that I'm supposed to be doing, but I might not have taken an intentional amount of time to think about, are these the right things that I should be focusing on? Another strategy I like to use at the very beginning of a journaling session or when I'm feeling stuck is something I'm calling rapid fire. This is where I create a section at the top of the page and write down topics related to 3 main things. What has happened since the last time I journaled? What have I done since the last time I journaled? And how have I been feeling? This helps me get my thoughts flowing and is not only a great way to log events, but it helps me really visualize what's been going on in my life so I can choose 1 or 2 of those things to write about for that entry. So after I've done something like rapid fire, I pick one of those topics and just go for it. I don't worry about whether or not my sentences sound good or even what my handwriting looks like. I just start writing about the first thing that comes to mind. Sometimes I have a lot to get off my mind and the entry will be just mostly writing, but other times I feel compelled to include more imagery, so I'll intentionally leave a space somewhere on the page so that I can draw a doodle that relates to the topic after I'm done writing out my thoughts. Regardless of whatever I write about, I always try to end on a positive or grateful note. I feel like ending on gratitude always helps me be a little bit more actionable in my entry. So writing out, okay, this is a problem, this is what happened, but what am I gonna do after it? What am I gonna do to change things? And so here in this entry, I wrote a little bit about how I feel a bit stagnant with art, about how I feel like maybe the solution is just changing things up and not limiting myself to a specific type of art. Perhaps I should be a bit more experimental and see what that leads to. Something super minor you may have noticed is that I start journaling on the right of the page and don't utilize the full spread. This is because when I start on the left, I often feel a lot of pressure to fill the entire spread with writing or images. It's a super small thing, but I feel like it's made a big difference in helping me maintain a consistent journaling practice, because nothing is a bigger blocker to journaling than feeling like you have to perform in some way, whether that's making the pages pretty or filling in the entire page. And that brings me to probably one of the most important tips, which is I try not to take my journaling too seriously. As an artist, I used to put a lot of pressure on myself to create beautiful, perfect pages, but I realized that that was taking away from the actual benefits of journaling. Now I embrace imperfection and just focus on getting my authentic thoughts and feelings onto the page. Sometimes my pages look nice and sometimes they don't, and now I just embrace whatever the outcome is. I do this because I know that years later, regardless of what my pages look like, I know that my future self will be glad that I wrote anything at all. These are some of the ways that I currently journal, but I imagine that my style will shift and change as it has already. I'd love to hear if you have any journaling strategies that have worked really well for you. Share them by dropping them in the comments below. Thanks for journaling with me today and have a great day.